Alright, getting ready to go back and redo a job I've already done once. So second time around, but you see those studs right there. There's 4 of them that hold the switch plates to the bezel here for the heater. And I had to grind those down a little bit to take that off to put in this new one. It looks real sharp and everything, but I'm going to have to put the fix on this because it really didn't hold the studs with my JB weld. So see what we can do. But in here, I'm kind of performing the surgery, and I'm going to take that switch plate out of there, and I had to remove the radio to get because I have the air conditioner in the way, evaporator unit there. So, but we're almost done with that. Once we get done, we'll take it apart and bring it over here and see what we can do to fasten that thing for good. Alright, just so you understand what we're dealing with, this is the switch plate here for the heater controls. Bottom is your blower motor switch. Middle there does your heater control box, all the duct work and everything. Then of course the top is to switch your temperature from low to high and all of that for your heater core. Anyway, these 4 holes right here are what attaches to these 4 small studs, and my JB weld job didn't hold it all. You can tell it's just cracking and peeling off, so stinky. We're gonna have to find a better way to get this bonded here, and I don't know if I can restake this or what. I've got some ideas about what I can do. So we're going to take this apart and just take this plate right here off, and then leave the switch, all the lever controls, this plate right here free, so that we can work with just this. Alright, sitting here looking at this, I think what I'm going to do, when I put this on there, it is pretty snug. I have to actually get a small hammer out and actually tap it into position. So that's telling me that everything's lining up well, of course, and that if I can get some way to peen those studs over, I should be fine. What I'm going to do, I've got enough meat here, I'm thinking. About to find out, I guess. But what I'm going to do is grind each corner down just a tick, just a little bit, and make it a little bit more narrow there, a little thinner. And then these studs right here, which I know it's out of focus, but the one right in the middle of the shot, each one of those studs has a hole in the middle, and maybe I can take a sharp point chisel or a punch that has a sharp point, and then that'll help me ping that over, I guess, and maybe tighten that up. Maybe I won't have to use any JB weld or anything to try to bond metal together. So we're about to find out. Alright, we've leveled down all 4 of the corners, and then we slid it back on the studs, and you can tell these holes in the middle of the studs are much bigger. I took a scratch awl I had over here. Of course, I did this on a hard wood surface, but basically real thin point, but pretty hard tempered metal, so I could go into those center of the stud and really just I guess I should say increase the diameter of the stud, maybe. Probably the best way. I don't know if I have much to peen over, but we're going to try this and see what happens. I may get one more, maybe just this little nail set here has a real thin point to it. See if I can't even get it a little bit tighter, but this is really tight. So far so good. Maybe we can put this back in today even, and I don't have to use any epoxy or anything of that nature, so we'll see what we can do. Alright, we've got the heater controls all back into the vehicle here, and I'm going to turn the key, make sure that everything works correctly. You hear our blower motor there. I've got it disconnected. Turn off the radio. That's working correctly there. Then of course the switch plate up here is what's taking all that, I guess, a lot of pressure against that thing with those cables. So the one up top here, of course, is what moves our thermostatic control, and then this one down here is the one really that puts the most pressure against it. That's the defrost to the heat, and then over here to the right, air. And there's nothing loose in there at all. I think this repair is going to hold. I guess we'll find out when we drive this thing in cold weather. We're going to need the heater. So next up is to get all that squared away, get the duct work there in the under the hood, get all that back together, and then we'll test it out.